There we go. All right, hopefully you can see me. If you're watching this, it's kind of too late. I just murdered this fade. It's gonna be a great tutorial. Drop fade, ball fade, drop fade. A drop fade is a ball fade. Wavelength, I've done one on the curly top, but now we're doing one wavelength. Beautiful cut. And what makes this tutorial special is because I'm showing you two different fading techniques. So I basically divided the head in half. One way I did the two-line technique, right side I did the removing bulk technique, just one line, which is the ball line, which I think these are two totally different techniques that can both create the desirable fade, but they just give you two options. One may work better for you, one may help you cut faster, one may be simpler for you, one may be needed for you, but don't mind the messy station. I just got through cutting, so don't just give me a pass on that. But I just want to do an intro on this cut just to tell you that two different techniques, so each side is totally useful. It's not just one whole haircut. I didn't do the beard on this tutorial. I didn't have time. I didn't want to make it an extremely long tutorial. Two sides, two different techniques. They're both going to be beautiful, and it's really going to help out. Okay, so we're turning this to this today, changing somebody's life. So this is a two-sided tutorial. I'm starting on the side that I feel may be more easy for you. I didn't do this side first on the cut, but I'm doing this side first on the tutorial because, like I said, it seems to be more simple for me. Less steps. So I'm going to give this fade the drop look. So first I'm going to, I'm going to bald it out. I'm going to put a line in there, but the back is going to be lower than the sides, just to give it that drop fade type of look. It's still a ball fade, but it's a drop look. Those are really in nowadays, so that's what we're going to run with. I'm going to make sure I bald it very well. It's all about neatness. Did you take your time? I put the line in. I have no fear of getting the line out with, because my rule is whatever I put the line in with, I can get the line out with. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using my Walls Magic Clip first. The reason why I like the Magic Clip is because you can either use it cordless or you can charge it and use it with the cord. I love cordless clippers. They're very convenient. You can travel all sides of the head. And these specific cordless clippers are very light, but they're strong at the same time. So I'm back to the fade. I'm using my 1.5 guard first, and I'm basically thinning out the bulk. As you can see, I'm not putting any lines in. I'm just thinning out the thickness of the hair. So when it's time for me to clear out that bottom line, there won't be any bulk to get in my way, so that I won't put any unwanted lines in. So it's basically just cleaning out my work area. The 1.5 is a great guard because it doesn't take off much hair. It's such a thick guard. It's a very strong guard. After I finish up on my 1.5, right now I'm just thinning. You can watch me thin. But after that, I'm going to put the 1 on, and I'm going to move closer to that line at the bottom. So I'm going to thin out that space so that when I want to use my Walls Magic Clip with no guard and my Anders Masters with no guard, I will have no problem at all clearing out that line. So you can just watch, and if I see anything that I need to comment on, or that I feel that I need to comment on, I'll be sure to come back and let you guys know. So right now, I'm about to start the process to gradually remove that line. So I'm not going to I'm still not going to focus on one spot. See, when you're fading, it's about taking your time. It's like I say, it's like drawing a picture of art. You don't want to force anything. I want to get that line out, but I'm not going to make it my focal point at this moment because I don't want to create another problem for myself. So I'm going to hit what I can hit with that guard. Know your guard's limitations. Each guard and each pair of clippers have specific duties that they're catered to, that they can cater to, that they specialize in. So right now I'm using the 1 guard to thin out the area around the line. So when I come back with no guard with my Masters or my Magic Clip, it will be less likely a chance that I create a new line or create bulk. So now it's time to remove that line. I'm going to start with my Walls Magic Clip, but I'm going to determine that the Anders Master is a better clipper for this job, only because it has such a deeper range, such a longer comb. I love the Magic Clip. It's very strong, and you see how it cleans that out very well. But the masters, I can just go deeper into that fade with no guard. So that's what I transition to right now, as you can see. So with the fade, it's all about just picking your levers on the side of the clipper. I know mine's by heart, so I can't really tell you which one and which ones not to and which ones to use. You have to learn it for yourself. But at the end of the day, learning to lay the clipper flush on the scalp or just use the comb or the tip of the teeth is a technique or a method I feel that you guys should definitely learn. So just play with it. Right now, I'm just barely lightly tapping. And see, I'm not going for the gusto on the first swing. I'm not trying to totally wipe that line all the way out. I'm still thinning. The more you thin, the easier it'll be on you. You know, it may take a little bit more time, but the fade will come out perfect. You know, that's the technique that you get on this side. It's all about thinning. If you notice, every step that I did on this side, it started with taking the bulk away first. Then I took away what I was trying to take away. So that's what you want to have to do. That's what this side is about. I'm thinning out bulk from top to bottom, and then I'm taking the line out. So just watch me work on this fade, watch me etch it out, and if I see anything that I need to comment on, I'll let you guys know. So the line is not all the way out yet, but what I'm doing right now is just hitting little spots that I see. I do that from time to time. I just spot check my work. If I see something usually I want to hit it right away. It's a little bit of OCD-ish on my end, but I'm just hitting little spots. So that's all I'm doing. If you see me do that, just know that I'm hitting spots that I might have seen, and then I'll get back to knocking that line out. So as you can see, I'm about to add a new guard into play on this fade, and that is the 1/16 on the Andes Masters. What I like about this guard is that it's a very sharp guard that has sharp ends on it. For me, walls, a lot of their guards are not very sharp. They have dull ends, and I love the sharpness on the Andes Masters guards. So that's why I like this 1/16. It helps me lift the hair. When I like to scoop and pull hair off the scalp, I like to use this guard. So all I'm doing still is spot checking, hitting a few of those spots. I just want to let you guys know why I decided to use this guard and the differences for me. So as I finish up a few areas, this is the end of fading technique number 1. Now if you follow me to the other side, we're finna get to the second technique. More common techniques that I use more often. So, and I'll explain that technique when we get to that side. Thanks for watching again. Technique number 2. We're pretty much gonna start it the same way. We're just gonna bald it. Usually whenever I'm doing a fade that's not on a tutorial, I bald it all the way around first. Like I said, the back is going to be more drop, and the front is going to be a little higher, not much. It's going to be like a little bold type look, arch around the ear, you know? Just so that it can give it the drop appearance. Still a bald fade, it just wants to drop, like I said, at the end nowadays. Now on this side, you actually get to see me comb the hair out before I cut it down. We're gonna do 1.5 on top, standard wavelength 1.5 or 2, depending on how thick the hair is. But in this fade, we're gonna do a 1.5. So I comb the hair out, not brush it. It helps lift the hair off the scalp, give it a nice, more clean, crisp look. I'm gonna be using my Andes detachable clippers. Basically just knocking the hair down, nice, smooth. Lay the clipper flat to the scalp. Just give it a nice flush fade. Don't be scared to make multiple trips around the head. It's all about, you don't rush the process. It's all about making it neat, smooth, and crispy. So with this technique, we're going to be actually adding a second line. It's more uniform, more neat. The other side is more of a freestyle. This side, it has steps and levels. So we're basically taking our masters and this masters all the way open and creating a second line. More for uniformity. I don't know if I made that word up, but it sounded really good. It sounded very professional. So we just want some steps. We just want structure. So we're going to have 2 lines. With that first area, we're going to use to blend the baldness into the hair. And then that second line, we're just going to bend that first area into the desired length, which is the wavelength on top of the hair. So it's simple enough, we just have to make it work. So now we're going to start by, now with this technique, we're actually going to get the line out first. And the other technique, we got the line out last. So basically, we thin the hair out already. Now we're just using our Walls Magic Clip all the way closed, and we're just playing with that line. Open, close, open, close. You have to find your range. I'm gonna lay the clipper flat to the scalp, and I just take small strokes. I comb every few strokes just to keep the hair laying flush. The hair, if you manipulate the hair correctly, it'll work to your advantage. Trust me, I promise. So at times I just use the corner of the clipper. Sometimes I use the whole clipper. But get the line out first. This time we're taking the line out first. So first I'm going to do this back area. I got the line out. Now I'm going to actually put the 1.5 on, thin the bulk out, and show you how to do this back area. And I'll let you watch me do the front area. So it's all about thinning. Like I said, we're going to go back to the first technique on the other side, and we're going to thin that hair out. Because I'm going to have to use my one to actually blend these 2 areas together. But I want to thin it out first. Remember I said if you thin your area out first, it makes it way easier to fade. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm thinning out. I'm not really taking too much off. You really can't even tell how much I'm probably taking off. I'm just thinning the hair out. Same thing with straight hair and thinning shears. I'm just thinning it out with the 1.5. And I'm going to come back with my 1 and remove that line. So now I'm going to comb with my 1 and start to remove that second line to blend these 2 areas together. After I do that, I'm actually going to freelance the area, and I'm going to start thinning bulk. You know, there's so many different techniques to use in cutting hair, even within techniques. So I'm actually going to, before I take the line on the front, I'm going to thin the area out with my 1.5. As you can see, after I get through this 1, just so you can just watch me just play with these just watch me with the different techniques. There's so many different variations, so many different ways to play with it. Just watch me work it. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be back soon if I see anything I think needs commenting on. Just watch me. The best teachers to watch sometimes. So here you go. So for the most part, once you pretty much get the fade in there, you kind of like you just go through and pick areas, and you decide which clippers are best for you to hit certain things. Like I said, each clipper for the most part are designed for a certain thing, but what works best for you at the end of the day. You know, certain areas that for me to hit bulk with, I might use my 1.5. As you can just see, I switched to my 1 and then my 1/16. Now I'm using no guard. It's all about just playing with the areas and seeing what works best for you. Clipper position is also a big one. The way you position the clippers, you can either lay them flush to the scalp, or you can just use the comb with the clipper not on the scalp at all. It's all about techniques. So I'm gonna let you finish watching this. I'm about to finish up on this fade. Then I'm going to the edge up. I'm about to show you a way because my guy came in. It's been a few weeks since he had a cut. So I want to lay that hair down so that I can have a great finish. So wait till you see. I'm about to show you a very nice technique on how to lay that hair down before you edge it up. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Enjoy. Something I do before I edge up is cut those long hairs on the front of the edge up down just so it can lay down and not curl back up on. With that being said, hot lather. So hot lather is a great choice for laying the hair down. My secret is I take some hot lather, I put it all over the scalp, let it sit there, come back with a hot rag, let it sit for about 15-20 seconds, and let those cuticles soak up all that hot water, that hot moisture, the steam. That's what lays the hair down. So as you can see, I'm gonna lay that there and just let the hair soak it all up. Let that hair just soak up that heat, and it'll lay down, it'll curl up, but it'll just give you a nice smooth look when you take it off. So I'm gonna let that sit. Now, okay, just watch it. Now it's time to take it off. We're gonna lay it. We're gonna scrape all of that shaving lather off, hot lather off, and just lay the hair down. So as you can see, my boy doesn't have the perfect edge up. You know, his hair is receding in a few areas, so we don't want to take it too far back. We still want to make it neat. So it's all about positioning and just making the best choice. Sometimes you gotta make an executive decision. Now I'm not gonna take his hair back. I'm just gonna kind of try to stay natural and push it back in areas where I might feel that it needs a little taken off. After all, nobody edge up grows in perfect, but you gotta give them a perfect look. That's what they come to you for. So I'm just using the corner of that blade, about 90 to 85 degrees, nothing more, nothing less than that. And I don't really have to use a lubricant at this moment because I just put the hot rag on, so his hair is still very soft. The cuticles are very soft, so it comes off very smooth. Also change the blade every time. Just work those angles. I'm hitting the corner, I comb the hair down, and I just use the corner of the blade for the corner of the hair. So I'm gonna let you watch me raise your edge. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment, and I'll specify later on the next video. And I'm just enjoying. I make multiple passes, but just because you make multiple passes don't mean you take the hair back. I just like that nice cream crispy look. Now I'm using the bendable blade with no handle. I've always done this since I was like late high school when I first started cutting hair. It's just a technique that I stuck with, and it works for me. So watch, enjoy, and if you have any questions, I'm here. So since we're doing multiple techniques, I might as well show you multiple techniques on the edge up. This side I'm using the edges first to even out the hair. So I'm basically tapping that front line. Like I said, his hair didn't grow even. He had a few receding spots, but I just wanted to hit it, make it nice and straight. So I'm coming with my edges first. I'm going to come back with my razor. I always finish with the razor if I don't start with it. And I'm just hitting those corners. I'm trying to give him a nice 90 to 85 degree slant. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too drastic. Just keep it nice and neat, because at the end of the day, when his hair grows back, you still want it to grow in neatly, if that makes sense. So just like on the other side, I'm hitting the corner with the blade, giving a nice flush look. This side, I'm not going to use the bendable blade. I'm just going to use the blade because I'm right-handed. I'm on the right side, so I can just make that natural curve on my own. I'm pretty much done. Just clean up work. I'm knocking off a few pricklies with the blade so the fade can be smooth. I'm coming back in the front of that edge up. Just touch up work. You know, it's all about the finishing touches, man. That's the difference between a good, decent cut and a great cut. Is about the finishing touches. Every little thing you see, I'll take my time. You know, this is my name I'm putting on this. So at the end of the day, it gotta look great. Hope you love the tutorial. Hope you love the fade. If you have any questions, comment, please subscribe, like this video, and more coming soon. The Game Changer. I'm out. Enjoy. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Just subscribe. It's not gonna hurt. I mean, it don't cost money to subscribe. So subscribe to the video, and maybe you don't understand if I say it in English. So I'm gonna have my friend say it in a totally different language.
السلام عليكم شباب. الولد ديفانتي حلاق مبدع وعنده تو ماني كاستمر. اللي يريده من عندكم اذا عجبكم الشغل مالته يتمنى بانه تزورون البيج مالته وتضيفون اصدقاء وتتابعون شغله.
This is my friend Mohammed, great barber, great with straight hair. He's good with over curly hair too. And your Instagram name is
هيما البغدادي.
Okay, what he said, and we work together. He's a great barber, and he can thread too really well.
How about the beard?
Oh, and he can thread the beard, and he colors the beard, and he designs the beard too. You design beards too, man. Yeah, he's great.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.